After years of defending her marriage and claiming she only wanted peace and unity, Robin Brown is finally breaking her silence about what it's really like to be Kody Brown's last remaining wife. In a stunning new confession that's sending shockwaves through the Sister Wives fan base, Robin admits that life in monogamy isn't the fairy tale she once envisioned. It's not great, she confesses, tearfully revealing that she misses the companionship, chaos, and shared responsibility that came with plural marriage. What was once seen as her victory, being the only wife left, now feels like a lonely burden she never asked for. Fans who once accused her of being the family's downfall are now hearing a side of Robin they never expected, one filled with regret, reflection, and raw honesty about what it truly means to live with the consequences of love, loss, and loyalty. For years, Sister Wives viewers have watched Robin Brown stand as the calm, emotional heart of Kody Brown's complicated family. She entered the picture over a decade ago as the fourth wife, bringing with her a fresh spark of love and devotion that Kody seemed to crave after years of fatigue within his plural household. But now, after the exodus of Mary, Janelle, and Christine, Robin stands alone, the last woman still calling herself Mrs. Brown. Yet instead of triumph or satisfaction, what she's feeling is deep loneliness and disillusionment. In a rare and tearful confession, Robin has admitted something that few ever expected to hear. She misses plural marriage and says that being Kody's only wife is not great. Her words carry the weight of a decade-long story that has unfolded in front of millions. Robin once represented the promise of what plural marriage could look like when infused with understanding, respect, and modern love. She was supposed to be the fresh start, the emotional glue meant to hold the Browns together. But as the years rolled by and each of Kody's original wives grew increasingly distant and resentful, Robin became the unintended symbol of division. Fans watched as Christine walked away first, choosing peace over heartbreak. Janelle soon followed, unable to continue living under the shadow of favoritism. Finally, Mary, who had long suffered in silence, decided it was time to leave the spiritual marriage behind altogether. What remained was Robin and Kody, united in name, but fractured in spirit. Now Robin's confession paints a picture of a woman who's grappling with the emptiness left behind when the chaos quiets. During a candid moment in a recent interview, she revealed, "I miss my sister wives. I miss the family we had. Being the only wife, it's not great. I didn't want this." Her voice trembled as she spoke, and it was clear that this wasn't a rehearsed moment or a carefully crafted line for sympathy. It was a rare glimpse into Robin's vulnerability, a woman who may have gotten what she thought she wanted, but lost everything she didn't realize she needed. Robin's tears have stirred both empathy and skepticism among Sister Wives viewers. Some fans have long accused her of manipulating the family dynamic, whispering that she played a quiet but powerful role in driving Kody away from his other wives. Others, however, believe that Robin is now facing the painful truth of being the last one standing, that having Kody all to herself has proven far lonelier than she imagined. It's not just that the other wives are gone, it's that the family dynamic, the laughter, and the sense of community that define their lives have vanished with them. In the early years, Robin was vocal about her belief in plural marriage. She once said she loved the idea of sisterhood, of women supporting one another, sharing the burdens of parenting, and building something bigger than themselves. Plural marriage is about love multiplied, she said during one of the show's early seasons. But those words now echo differently. Today, she finds herself isolated, her once bustling home eerily quiet. There are no more shared dinners filled with laughter and tension, no more shared family meetings with overlapping voices, no more shared holidays where love and resentment mingled under the same roof. Just Robin, Kody, and the ghosts of what used to be. According to those close to the family, Kody has grown increasingly withdrawn in recent months. His energy, once divided among multiple wives and their children, now feels strangely diminished. Without the balancing act of plural marriage, he seems restless and discontented, and Robin has admitted that it has affected their relationship deeply. She said that he's not the same man I married. He's angry, hurt, and lost. I try to help, but it's like he's still living in the past, still fighting battles that aren't there anymore. Her confession comes at a time when Sister Wives has taken a darker, more introspective tone. The optimistic series has become a raw portrait of the fallout from love, faith, and ambition. For years, Kody and Robin were painted as the couple who had it all: emotional connection, shared dreams, and a sense of spiritual alignment that the other marriages seem to lack. But as the dust settles and the cameras continue rolling, it's clear that even they are not immune to the weight of regret. Robin's words, "It's not great," have become a flashpoint among fans. On social media, discussions are raging about what she truly meant. Some say it's a cry for help, a sign that she feels trapped in a marriage that has lost its joy. Others believe it's an attempt to soften her image after years of being branded the villain. Regardless of the interpretation, one thing is undeniable. Her honesty has reignited a conversation about what polygamy truly costs, emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. Christine Brown, now happily remarried and thriving in Utah, once said in an interview that she felt free after leaving Kody. Janelle echoed similar sentiments, revealing that she rediscovered her independence and confidence. Even Mary, after years of quiet suffering, has begun to rebuild her life and career away from Kody's shadow. Meanwhile, Robin remains in the very place they all escaped from, seemingly bound by her faith and the promises she once made. The irony is heartbreaking. The woman who once stood as Kody's confidant and emotional partner is now isolated, missing the very women she was once accused of pushing away. "I thought I'd feel secure being the only wife," she admitted, her eyes glistening. "But now it just feels lonely. I miss the energy, the family, the support. I miss my sister wives." Those words struck a chord with viewers, many of whom saw the moment as Robin finally acknowledging the consequences of what unfolded. In truth, the foundation of the Brown family was never built to last under the weight of ego and inequality. While Robin may have entered the family with the best of intentions, her arrival coincided with a shift in Kody's affections that the others couldn't ignore. Over time, it became clear that she held a special place in his heart, a place that fueled jealousy and resentment. Whether she meant to or not, Robin became the symbol of imbalance in a system that thrived only when everyone felt equally loved. Now, with that system gone, she's left with a man who is bitter, tired, and mourning the loss of the world they once shared. Sources close to production have hinted that Kody has struggled with depression and anger since his family's collapse. He reportedly blames himself for some things and others for more. But one thing is clear: his relationship with Robin has grown strained. The couple, who once seemed inseparable, are now caught in a loop of grief and nostalgia, each mourning the family they lost in their own way. The emotional complexity of Robin's admission has reignited fan empathy. For the first time in years, some viewers are beginning to see her as a tragic figure, rather than a villain. She's a woman who believed in something larger than herself, only to watch it crumble around her. In her tearful confession, there was no deflection or blame, just sadness and longing for a time when love, however imperfect, was abundant. "I thought we could make it work. Even when everyone started pulling away, I believed Kody and I could hold it together for the family. But now I see that being the only wife isn't what I wanted. I didn't come into this for monogamy. I came for the family." Those words might mark the beginning of a new chapter for Robin, one defined not by conflict or favoritism, but by painful self-awareness. For years, the story of the Sister Wives family has revolved around the intricate and often heartbreaking dynamics of plural marriage. The show's patriarch, Kody Brown, once stood proudly as a husband to 4 women: Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, all of whom shared him, their faith, and a vision of what plural love could be. Yet now, that once bustling family unit has crumbled. One by one, Kody's wives walked away, leaving him with only Robin, the youngest and once most cherished of them all. Fans who watch the emotional unraveling of the Brown family now see a new kind of pain emerging, one that sits heavy on Robin's shoulders. After years of being labeled the favorite wife and the supposed cause of the family's implosion, Robin has finally broken down in tears, confessing that life as Kody's only wife is not what she imagined it would be. In her own words, being the only wife isn't what I thought it would be. This confession comes as both a shock and a strange sort of validation for the millions who have followed the family's journey since 2010. Robin, who once appeared content in her role, now seems weighed down by loneliness and regret. The woman who was once at the center of Kody's affection and attention now finds herself surrounded by silence. Gone are the chaotic dinners filled with laughter and arguments, the family gatherings that, while messy, were a testament to unity and shared purpose. In their place stands an empty home and a marriage that feels less like a victory and more like a heavy crown. Viewers first began to sense Robin's unraveling during the later seasons of Sister Wives, when her usual composure started to crack. For years, she had been the calm, soft-spoken one, the voice of patience and reason amid the emotional storms of her sister wives. But as each of the other women left, something in Robin seemed to shift. Her expressions grew more sorrowful, her tears more frequent, her once bright optimism fading into melancholy and confusion. During one particularly emotional confessional, she admitted that she never wanted to live a monogamous life. "This isn't the kind of marriage I agreed to," she said tearfully. "I wanted the big family. I wanted the sisterhood. I wanted the laughter. I miss all of it." Robin's tearful revelation struck a nerve with fans who, for years, accused her of wanting Kody all to herself. To many, she had appeared to be the driving force behind the favoritism that tore the family apart. But now, in a stunning turn of vulnerability, Robin is revealing that the so-called prize she won, being Kody's only wife, feels more like a punishment than a blessing. She's now living the very thing she says she never wanted, an isolated, monogamous marriage filled with tension, regret, and the ghosts of broken relationships. The emotional weight of being the only wife seems to have taken a toll on her identity as well. Robin has spoken openly about how the loss of the family structure has affected her faith and sense of belonging. She said, "When we lived plural marriage, there was always a sense of community. It was messy, yes, but it was love multiplied. Now it feels like it's just me and Kody, and there's this emptiness that hangs in the air. I miss my sister wives. I miss having them around." What makes Robin's confession so striking is the raw honesty behind it. She doesn't attempt to paint herself as a victim or rewrite history. Instead, she owns her pain with startling transparency, admitting that she feels lost in a life that she once believed would fulfill her. She said, "I thought if I had Kody's full attention, maybe things would be better. But instead it's quiet. It's too quiet. I don't have that energy around me anymore. I don't have anyone to talk to who understands what this life was supposed to mean." For longtime viewers of Sister Wives, this moment marks a dramatic reversal of roles. When Christine, Janelle, and Miri left, they did so in pursuit of freedom and happiness, claiming they no longer felt loved or valued in the plural structure. They found independence outside the marriage, a sense of peace they hadn't known in years. Robin, on the other hand, stayed behind, believing in the covenant she made with Kody and with God. But as the reality of their situation sets in, she seems to be realizing that the life she's left with isn't the one she fought for. Insiders close to production have revealed that Robin's breakdown is not just for the cameras. Behind the scenes, she has reportedly struggled with depression and a sense of guilt over the family's disintegration. Sources say she spends a lot of time reflecting on what went wrong and wondering if there was something she could have done differently. While she has always maintained that she never wanted to replace or compete with the other wives, she now seems to understand that her presence, whether intentional or not, shifted the balance of the entire family. Kody, too, has not been immune to the emotional fallout. Viewers have watched as his once confident, patriarchal demeanor has turned bitter and defensive. His anger toward his ex-wives and his frustration with how things ended have left deep cracks in his marriage to Robin. "He's angry all the time," Robin admitted.
He's hurt, and I get that, but it's like he can't see that I'm hurting too. Sometimes it feels like I'm carrying both of our pain. Those words painted a portrait of a woman no longer basking in affection, but instead drowning in the consequences of her husband's heartbreak. The emotional dynamic between Kody and Robin has changed drastically. In the early seasons, they were the couple everyone envied, affectionate, communicative, and seemingly on the same page. But the cracks began to show as the other wives' relationships with Kody deteriorated. Now, with no other wives to mediate or share the emotional load, all of Kody's attention and frustration seems directed solely at Robin. What was once her dream of partnership has become an isolating and emotionally draining reality. There's also a deep irony in Robin's confession that fans haven't overlooked. The woman who was once accused of breaking the family apart is now the one mourning its loss the most. She said, "I feel like we've lost something sacred. We used to be this big, messy, beautiful family, and now it's just gone. I keep thinking about all the things I took for granted. Having people to talk to share things with, to raise kids alongside. I miss it so much." Her voice broke as she wiped away tears, her pain undeniable and deeply human. Fans have responded with a mix of sympathy and skepticism. Some say Robin's tears come too late, that her regret only surfaced after she got what she wanted. Others believe she is genuinely heartbroken and trapped in a life she never envisioned. Social media has been flooded with comments ranging from empathy to anger, with one fan writing, "She's finally realizing that winning Kody is much of a prize," while another said, "For the first time I actually feel bad for Robin. She looks truly miserable."
Robin's words, "It's not great," have become a flashpoint among fans. On social media, discussions are raging about what she truly meant. Some say it's a cry for help, a sign that she feels trapped in a marriage that has lost its joy. Others believe it's an attempt to soften her image after years of being branded the villain. Regardless of the interpretation, one thing is undeniable. Her honesty has reignited a conversation about what polygamy truly costs, emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. Christine Brown, now happily remarried and thriving in Utah, once said in an interview that she felt free after leaving Kody. Janelle echoed similar sentiments, revealing that she rediscovered her independence and confidence. Even Mary, after years of quiet suffering, has begun to rebuild her life and career away from Kody's shadow. Meanwhile, Robin remains in the very place they all escaped from, seemingly bound by her faith and the promises she once made. The irony is heartbreaking.